Hello, everybody. You are listening to On the Mic with Loudmouth Matt. And thank you for tuning in on today's episode. And here's what we got going on today. Thank you, everybody. Hello, everybody. This is Loudmouth Matt. On this episode, I don't really know where to go with this in retrospect. As um, should we not allow forgiveness or not to magatards? Um, Now, with that being said, um, there's this content creator I scrolled by, I seen, and it says, which I'll link the TikTok in the video. It says Supreme Court rules against veterans receiving benefits of the doubt for disability claims that are close calls. Okay, look. I'm only a high school graduate. I'm an average student. I was a average student. My GPA was like 2.5, maybe a 3.0 if I was lucky. And I went to trade school. So I'm a diesel mechanic. I'm a stupid fucking mechanic. Yeah, I know what you megatards will say. Well, you stay with fucking being a wrench. No, fuck you. I pay taxes. This is my fucking opinion. You don't like it, get the fuck out of here. Okay, this is to our vets who voted for Orange Head Fucknut and Pencil Dick and President Elon Musk. Why I'm saying that, there was this comment, and the content creator that made the comment is not friendly, not friendly. It says, I'm a veteran and most of you voted for him. Now you're upset. What, as long as it didn't affect you, it was good to go? Basically, it's asking them a question. Republicans have never cared about veterans. Good grief. Google it. I've been saying fucking Google is free for God knows fucking how long now. The person that one of many that responded is the creator of this TikTok. Says, I like to think that veterans are just as human as me and anyone else, and that they too can make mistakes. Yellow heart, hope. And then obviously there's like 43 other more comments, but I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going on the original comment and the response from the creator. To the original responder, I agree with you 100%. They voted for it, now they're upset. As a grandson of two veterans, one from World War II and the other one from Korea, okay, my opinion, both my grandfathers are American heroes. Okay, and I've lost both my grandfathers. So my most recent grandfather passed away in 2018. He was going through the VA and the whole 9 yards. I appreciate everything that the VA has done for my grandfather and for all our other vets. I I I thank you, VA. I do, and I appreciate everything you guys have done. Now, this one can be a little touchy to me, I guess, on how I feel to get emotional about. It all depends when it comes to veterans overall because of my grandfathers. Now, I'm going to say to you, not friendly, not friendly. You are absolutely correct. Again, they voted for it, they're not happy, and thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Now, to the second person or the creator, the Hat Lady. You're right. The veterans did vote for him, and their vote was treason. They voted for someone that is now committing treason against our Constitution. They took a fucking oath of foreign and domestic enemies. This motherfucker is a domestic enemy. He's a fucking terrorist. It's treason. And your vote voted for treason. You now, in my opinion, because it's my fucking tax money, my fucking money I paid, you motherfuckers who voted for him that are veterans, you fucking lose everything. And any dischargement you guys have had with honors, it gets fucking removed, and now it's with dishonors. You fucking lose everything from the GI Bill and everything that fucking came with it, you pile of dog shit. You have no right to call yourself fucking a patriot or a fucking vet. And I don't give a fuck if veterans get mad at me because I'm talking about the people who voted against you. I don't give a fuck. If you voted for him, you voted for tyranny. You voted for a fucking traitor. That's my fucking rant. So yeah, no, they are not fucking human. They don't deserve a goddamn thing they were entitled to. They fucking lose everything. So fuck you and fuck him. So yeah, that's my fucking opinion on a vet who fucking voted for that jackass. Because it's people like you that voted for this motherfucker, and I don't mean you personally. Please don't take that the hat lady. I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying you as people who voted for him, not you personally. I wanted to make sure I clarify that. Okay? So and I believe the reason that this bothers me is because there was one day I was at the VA with my grandfather. I took him up to I think it was the second or third floor so he can get treatment for his cancer. And I go into the elevator to go down to the floor for the cafeteria to have some chow to bring up and me so I can sit with my grandfather while he's getting his treatment and he's having his lunch. So I wanted to have lunch with my grandfather. I get into the elevator. I met a vet. And he was maybe in his 60s, I think. Maybe. And him and I were talking, and he was talking about how he went to the VA back in 89, 88, 89. And they would not treat him. And the reason being that they wouldn't treat him. Now he was being treated now when I met this particular gentleman. The reason that they weren't going to treat him or gave him a hard time was because he was black. He was a black man that was a United States veteran, a United States hero. The VA turned their back on him or gave him a hard time because he was black. In 1989, that broke my heart. And so yeah, that's why this bothers me. Because you had a guy who fought for this country, did everything he was supposed to do, and was turned around and told, no, you can't get service, or gave him a hard time because of the color of his fucking skin. And I was telling my grandfather this. I believe it was that day. And he looked at me, and he put his hand on top of my hand, and he said, son? I said, yeah, Pops. He says, I don't care what color his skin was, because to me, he's green just like I was. We wore military green. And he says, what happened to him was wrong. And that he apologizes that it happened. Because he didn't care. Because he was because when he was in the service, this is when it was being desegregated. Where, everybody was starting to be side to side in the same platoons and all that. And he would always talk about his one buddy. He always said buddies. And the guy's name was Doc. And again, mind you, this is in Korea. In 1951 to 1953. And he would say, Doc was always there to take care of me. It was me and Doc, me and Doc. And he said, Doc made sure he covered my back. I made sure I covered his back. I made sure Doc was able to make it home as much as he made sure I was able to make it home. And I'm looking at my grandfather, and he says, son, it was because of me and my buddy, Doc, is why we were being desegregated, because of people like him and people like me. We wanted to sit here, fight for this country, and do good for everybody. And the fucking VA turned their back on this gentleman because he was black. So I do have an issue with you motherfucker who turned around and voted for this pile of dog shit in this office. Because it's people like you that man was given a hard fucking time when after he served. So yeah, fuck Trump and fuck you for voting for him.